Good morning, everyone. Welcome to 10 Minutes Daily Cafe Chat. It is Monday, March 23rd, 2026. Happy Monday! I know Mondays can be tough, but today's stories are worth waking up for. How was your weekend, Lisa? I tried one of those 7-minute workout apps. I lasted about 4 minutes, and now my legs are really sore. So about halfway through? Technically, yes, but I am counting it as progress. Anyway, what do we have today? 3 great stories. First, a luxury brand just dropped a charger that costs more than 3 laptops. A charger for $5,000? I need to hear this. Then, a ballerina who broke every barrier in her field and recently retired after 25 years. Misty Copeland, absolute legend. And Jeff Bezos is joining the race to build data centers in space. Data centers in space? Like actual computers orbiting Earth? Exactly. But first, if you are new here, welcome. Every day we take real headlines and turn them into a relaxed English conversation. Great for listening practice and shadowing. Casual, fun, under 10 minutes. Subscribe and join us every day. Today's keyword is pioneer, someone who is the first to explore or develop something new. Pioneer. Love it. Let's go. So here's the story. Hermes, the French luxury brand, just released a collection of wireless charging accessories for Apple devices.
Hermes making phone chargers? That is unexpected.
The most expensive piece is the Grand Paddock case. It wirelessly charges your Apple Watch and iPhone at the same time.
Okay, that sounds convenient. How much?
$5,150.
I'm sorry, how much?
$5,150. For context, a MacBook Pro starts at $1,699, so this charger costs roughly 3 MacBook Pros. 3 laptops or 1 leather box that charges your phone. Interesting life choice. It gets better. Even at that price, no power adapters included.
You spend over $5,000 and still have to buy the wall plug separately?
They include a USB-C cable, but the adapter? That's on you.
That's like buying a luxury car and finding out the steering wheel costs extra.
The collection starts at $1,250 for the Paddock Solo, a single wireless charging puck wrapped in calfskin leather with saddle stitching.
$1,250 for one charger? I can get a perfectly good one for $20.
True, but that $20 charger does not come in gold calfskin leather. Fair point, but who's actually buying this? There's clearly a market. Hermes and Apple have been partnering since 2015, over 10 years now, with special edition Apple Watches.
I remember the Hermes Apple Watch bands. Beautiful, but at least those were practical.
There's also a $1,750 model called the Paddock Yo-Yo. Flip it over and it becomes an Apple Watch charger.
The engineering is actually clever. I just can't get past the price.
And there's the Paddock Duo at the same price, which charges 2 devices side by side.
Okay, so they have options, but the materials are what drive the cost.
Exactly. All pieces use the same gold calfskin leather and hand-stitched saddle detailing. It's fashion, not just function.
You know what? If someone gave me one as a gift, I wouldn't say no.
Same. What this really shows is how luxury brands are moving into tech accessories as a serious category. Next up, a really powerful story. Misty Copeland recently did a long interview about her career and retirement.
I have so much respect for her. She changed the entire ballet world.
For those who do not know, she became the first Black female principal dancer at American Ballet Theater in 2015. But her story starts much earlier. She did not start ballet until she was 13, right? That is incredibly late. Most pro dancers start training at 3 or 4. She started at a free program at the Boys and Girls Club. A free after-school program. And she became the top dancer at one of the most prestigious ballet companies in the world. Her drill team coach noticed her natural ability and encouraged her to try ballet. She said the first time she walked into a studio, it just clicked. For someone who described herself as introverted, dance became her language. That is beautiful. A career-defining moment was performing the lead in Stravinsky's The Firebird, first Black woman to dance that role at ABT. And the audience was filled with Black community members who came to see themselves represented on that stage. She had been visiting public schools, talking about diversity in the arts. Those same communities showed up for her at the Met that night. That gives me chills. 3,000 people, all there for her. In October 2025, she performed her farewell at Lincoln Center. She chose Romeo and Juliet with Calvin Royal III, the first Black leads in ABT history. What a meaningful way to close a career. She performed through a hip injury and had replacement surgery 2 months later. She said she wanted to be the architect of her own exit. Going out on your own terms. I love that. But here's what stayed with me. For 25 years, she had to pancake her point shoes, manually painting them to match her skin tone because they only came in pink. 25 years of painting her own shoes. That is heartbreaking. The first time she wore shoes that matched her skin without painting them was her very last show. Her very last show after a quarter century. She also made a surprise appearance at the 98th Academy Awards recently, so even in retirement, she keeps showing up. Once a pioneer, always a pioneer. Last story. More and more companies are looking to space for computing power. Now, Jeff Bezos is jumping in.
Bezos, too? Who else is doing this?
SpaceX filed for up to 1 million satellites, and a company called StarCloud, backed by NVIDIA, filed for 88,000. Now, Blue Origin has filed with the FCC for Project Sunrise, a constellation of 61,800 satellites designed as orbital data centers.
61,800 satellites? Just for data centers? And they are all targeting the same orbits? Polar orbits between 97 and 104 degrees. These are called sun-synchronous orbits. What makes those special? The satellites stay in nearly permanent sunlight year-round, no Earth shadow, free, constant solar power. Solar-powered data centers that never go dark. That is smart. But the catch is limited space in those orbits. It is a gold rush for real estate, except the property is in orbit. A gold rush for land and space. What a concept. For Bezos, this would be his third mega-constellation. He has Amazon Leo for internet service and TerraWave for enterprise communications. 3 satellite projects? That is incredibly ambitious. It is, but here's the reality check. SpaceX has over 10,000 satellites in orbit and more than 600 Falcon 9 launches. Blue Origin has launched twice with 0 satellites. Huge gap in execution. And the FCC chairman recently criticized Amazon for filing petitions against SpaceX while being behind on its own deployment deadlines. Fair criticism. Focus on your own backyard first. But the bigger picture is that AI demand for processing power is so enormous that companies are looking to space for solutions. Filing cabinets, then buildings, now orbit. Technology really does move fast. What a Monday. Quick recap. Hermes released a $5,150 wireless charger wrapped in calfskin leather. And no, it does not include a power adapter.
Misty Copeland reflected on 25 years of breaking barriers at ABT, from a free after-school program to the biggest stage in ballet.
And Jeff Bezos joined the space data center race with Project Sunrise, 61,800 satellites to compute in orbit.
Today's question for listeners: if money were no object, what is the most ridiculous luxury item you would buy?
A private island. But honestly, maybe a $5,000 charger, if it comes with an adapter.
Good answer. Tell us yours in the comments.
In any language or even just an emoji, we love hearing from you.
Thank you for starting your Monday with us. It means a lot. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe and hit the notification bell.
Today's keyword was pioneer. Misty Copeland pioneered diversity in ballet. Bezos is pioneering space computing. Even Hermes is pioneering something, luxury charging. See you tomorrow, everyone!
Bye!
And if anyone finds a charger that costs more than a car, send me the link.